Welcome to I Couldn't Help But Wonder Divorce Decoded, the podcast where we untangle the legal, emotional, and financial threads of modern family law one story at a time. I'm Lorraine Silverman, and today we're looking at what happens when a relationship ends, but there was never a marriage to begin with. They shared a brownstone, a dog, a child, a spreadsheet with passwords, and mortgage payments. They hosted Thanksgiving, filed taxes, built a life. I couldn't help but wonder, when a relationship walks and talks like a marriage, but there's no marriage license, what rights do you actually have when it ends? Because in the eyes of the law, love isn't always enough to create legal protection. The story: the lawyer and the Ph.D. student. Grace was a Ph.D. student. Her partner, Ben, was a young lawyer who worked at a boutique law firm. They met in their 30s, fell hard, and moved in 6 months later. They bought a home together, only the deed was in Ben's name. Grace covered most of the renovations from her savings. They opened a joint account. Grace added his son from a prior relationship to her health insurance plan. They were never legally married. No prenup, no domestic partnership, no estate plan. After 7 years, it ended, and Grace, who had contributed 6 figures into that house, was told she had no legal interest in it. The legal breakdown: unmarried partners and financial rights in New York. In New York, there is no common law marriage, no matter how long you've been together. Unless you're legally married or have a written cohabitation agreement, the default protections of divorce law do not apply. Here's what that means. You have no automatic claim to your partner's income, assets, or property. You are not entitled to spousal maintenance or alimony. You don't inherit anything without an estate plan. Custody and child support are still handled through family court. Marital status does not affect those rights. That said, you may be able to pursue a financial claim through civil court in certain situations. For example, if you jointly own real property, if you contributed to the value of a property or business, or if your name appears on accounts, documents, or contracts. But these cases can be more complex, they can be very expensive, and they can require evidence of intent, contribution, and equity. This is where legal strategy becomes essential. The takeaway: you don't have to be married to deserve financial fairness, but without legal documents, you'll have to fight for it differently. If you're cohabitating, especially with shared assets, children, or long-term plans, protect yourself. Consider a cohabitation agreement. Talk about property titles. Name each other in estate documents. Put expectations in writing. Outline what happens if things fall apart. Because even if it feels like a marriage, the law won't treat it like one unless you make it official or you plan ahead. Thanks for joining me on I Couldn't Help But Wonder Divorce Decoded. Next week, we'll explore what happened when things get urgent, when you need court protection, a custody order, or emergency relief now. Until then, if you've built a life with someone outside of marriage and need help protecting what's yours, visit thecdslawfirm.com for experienced, confidential legal guidance.